This is session 51. Last session, we kind of traipsed through parts of this third floor of the Tomb of the Nine Gods. I think the highlights were finding a room full of water off of the main stairwell that I think somebody walked through a sheet of water running down the middle of the room and it kind of unleashed a tidal wave, knocking everybody back. Then you guys went through a crawlway and emerged behind a statue in the room to the east of you. That room had a couple of floating discs on the floor, or floating above a pit, and you guys used pittons to get across it, and then eventually made your way into the room you're in now. The space that you are in now has just kind of reset the scene for this. There are two statues, basically one of a wizard and one of kind of a knight on either side of this pit. The pit itself seems to have a force field over the top of it that Kellic is standing on. I think Sebastian and Yaza, I think you are both in the pit.
Yes.
You both got
Yeah.
teleported in by the turning of statues up above, and the third little plinth was the teleport platform. And I believe we ended up last session with the destruction of a golem that was in this pit. The golem crumbled into stone as you defeated it and dropped a silver key that was on a chain around its neck. And I think that catches us up. Questions, comments, anything?
Nope.
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 Then here you are. I've met.
Anyone need help getting out of that pit?
I think first we want to pick up the key and open the chest.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Sebastian, do you do that, or Yaza, do you do that?
I'll pick up the key
Cool.
and attempt to open the chest without unlocking it or anything, just to verify that it is in fact locked.
Yeah, so when you look at the chest, it's made out of stone. Its hinges are also made out of stone, and as you feel the chest, it feels pretty solid. Probably weighs a couple 100 pounds, you would guess, being made out of stone. There is a silver locking mechanism in the front of the chest, and it is, when you try to kind of swing it open, it does feel like it is locked.
Okay. So I will attempt to unlock it with the key.
You put the key in, and it goes clunk as you turn it.
And then I attempt to open the chest.
You do so. Inside, sitting on a red cushion, are two crystal eyeballs. One is pale green, and the other is pink.
Neat. I will pick those up and put them in my pack.
Sebastian, are you holding on to all the eyeballs so far?
These are the only two that I've picked up so far, I think.
Oh, okay. Kellic must have the other ones then.
I think Kellic's got a couple. Does Xanthiel have a few? I can't remember.
Could be.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I do remember Xantil picking up something and pocketing it because I had to examine it.
Let me double check another spreadsheet.
Yeah, it was in the room where we got hit by a tidal.
That would have been... So in that room, Xanthiel found... I think it was Xanthiel found... so in all the murals with weapons over them in that room, just as a reminder, the walls of that room were lined with murals, each mural having carved figures but holding real weapons, and behind one of those mirrors was kind of a false magical wall, and inside the alcove behind that was another crystal eyeball. At this point, you've found... Let's see here, I have a collection. So yeah, you found one eyeball in that water room, in the room with all the wind and the platforms. And the demon statue, that statue had actually been holding 2 eyeballs. In the golden boat sarcophagus room, the corpse in that room had 2 eyeballs. And and you just found 2. So you have a total of 7 of these crystal eyeballs, all in different colors.
So, yes, now I do think we need assistance with getting out. Maybe the other statue?
We got our rope that we used. Oh, right. We got that back, right?
Yeah, I think you guys reclaimed everything.
Okay. We can't use any type of terraforming spell in here. Let me see if there's something got. If not, we can just tie a rope to this thing that I'm standing next to.
Are you trying to...
Yeah, I don't have anything that can get you out of it, but I will use part of my rope to tie it next to the statue I'm standing next to, so that it drop it down.
So you tie the rope and toss it into the pit, and it lands on the invisible force field that Kellic is also standing on.
Can I look around the room and see if there's anything that might help, or if there's anything on the walls, or just anything that sticks out?
So, as a reminder for last session, I think Teddy had rotated one of the statues while one of you guys was standing on that, while you were on that southern plinth. And
yeah, but I was just seeing if there was anything down where we are. I just didn't know. I hadn't looked around. Okay.
Sorry, it's like a freakishly smooth stone pit that is 15 feet deep, I want to say.
All right,
Yes.
I'll just sit and wait.
So rotating the statue, and what did it do before when he did it?
So rotating. Let's see here. So. Rotating. So the 2 statues. There's a statue of a wizard and a statue of a warrior. Rotating the. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I get the descriptions right. Rotating the warrior statue is what had caused the Yaza and Sebastian to get teleported into the pit when they were standing on that plinth to the south. I don't think anybody has rotated the other statue yet.
I'll give it a try.
So as you rotate that statue, Sebastian teleports out of the pit onto the plinth, and the statue slowly rotates back to its original configuration.
I'm gonna stand over there too.
Alright. So, seeing as that it only took one person, she'll wait for Yaza to come to the spot where Sebastian stood and try and turn it again.
Yaza pops out of the pit. You are all out of the pit.
Yay.
Oh.
Alright, so. Have we gone through this door over here yet?
We have not gone through this door over here. I don't think we want to open this door over here. We have been in the room that's on the other side.
Well, I guess the only other way is forward. So if
Or we could go back to the water room. I have an idea over there. Although our bird person deconstructed our bridge.
yeah.
Yeah. How many eyeballs do we have in total now? Sebastian
7.
has 2. 7. Okay, we need 10, right? for that
As
doorway?
far as we know. Oh yeah, that door over there is the one that had the 10 sockets on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I was just thinking about that. Was like, and we go forward to nowhere.
All right. So.
I don't know. There's another lever over there where that thing was watching us.
Right.
I mean, I could go invisible again, go through the door, and just open the door and see what happens.
Sure.
And just see if we can throw it off. So I'll go invisible again and then open the door.
Okay. Sorry. So when you walk in this time, you don't see the window or the hole kind of from above. It just looks like it is a smooth stone. So you know where the drop into this room is, right? Like you've done this before. You've dropped into this room. Or I'm sorry, you can still see the opening, but where there was a window before, now it appears that there is just smooth stone.
Oh, weird. And I'm gonna, like, say that back to them and say, there's no more window here. There used to be.
Ah.
I'll keep going and see, like, kind of maybe press on that area. It's just to see.
So you can look up. It's about the drop into this room is about 15 feet above you. So you can basically you're in a smooth sideways cylinder. I can probably try to kind of quickly draw it again, like it. So like it's.
Well, I mean, I have like. I mean, I'll just try and like see if I can stick my sword up because I think 15 feet. Like I'm not. Well, obviously not tall enough. So, but with my sword, I probably am. Maybe close.
So it's like 15 feet to the ceiling. So you're what, like 6 feet tall? You can reach up to about 10 or 12 feet. Like you can see the hole.
I'm almost 7 feet tall.
Oh, tall lady.
I'm a tiefling.
Got that towering tiefling. I can't think of a third T to make this work, so I'm gonna stop now. I mean, like, so. Oh yeah, you're invisible, so nobody can see you waving your sword. Like if you feel a wall in front of you, it's solid. The hole up above you, into that path or that room, you can see up into the the kind of hallway above. But I don't think from the bottom of this that you can, because it would actually be almost 20 feet to touch where the window had been previously.
Oh, okay. And I'll just go back and I'll just say we should go around.
Yeah, I figured as much. You could do another hook bridge, or you want to try something else?
Last time I just jumped.
I don't know about jumping.
Well, I could try and jump and then put a little, like, put a pitten on one side.
The trotting tiefling.
Yep, exactly. I can see. Well, we'll see how it goes. That is.
What is the jumping rule in 5e?
I think it was. I don't do jumping a lot, but it's like strength mod times 3 or something like that. I don't know.
Long jump. If you move at least, if you move at least 10 feet on foot before the jump, you can move your strength score. So, if you move 10 feet, Yaza, you can jump 18 feet. So I guess everybody in... almost everybody in 5th edition is like an Olympic champion level
Long jumper.
long jumper.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically if you get a running jump, I'm gonna make it.
Even just like a jogging jump at 10 feet. It's like 2.5 steps for you if you're 7 feet tall. You're just like, kind of like kerkunk, kerkunk.
And then boosh.
But yeah, I don't think anything in here is far enough across. Yeah, the longest one is just about 12 feet, I think. Yeah, they're all between 6 and 12 feet apart, so you can hop, skip, and jump your way across if you want.
Well, I was trying to go to this little area again. to go
Oh,
around.
okay. I will say
I
that
don't
one.
wanna go.
That's
Go
fine.
ahead.
No, so if you want to do that one is a strength athletics check because you're trying to grab on, as you're trying to essentially grab onto a you're jumping into an alcove and trying to hang on as opposed to kind of a smooth
Yeah,
landing
that's
surface.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were going to do, and I was just going to. Oh well, but then not everybody's going to be able to get through. We can go the long way around. That's fine. Well, I mean, I could go investigate first, and then see if it's worth going the long way around and rebuilding the bridge.
Well, we're gonna have to rebuild the bridge anyway.
Okay. I think Kellic has most of the rope. I got my rope back, but I think he has all the pittons.
I have a climber's kit that has pittons in it.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm moving you, Sebastian. Because I'm like a school bus driver. Do you just want to have Kellic do the Pitten thing again?
Or
Yeah,
if we're
yeah.
I mean, okay. Caw, 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 caw. And there. He has made the bridge, because I don't think we need to overanalyze the fact that you've already done this and can do it again. I'm just gonna...
cool.
So yeah, you guys can get back to the other place. And Orvex just looks kind of unsatisfied that he has to crawl across these rope bridges again, but grudgingly does so.
Well, you might have to do it yet another time. After we...
I would prefer not to consider that.
Alright, so what do we have ideas with the water room? Do we have any ability to freeze it?
I don't think there's any need for that. You said there are weapons like actually inset in the wall, right?
Yes. Give me 1 second. So, let's see, you're in the South Hall. So the quick description, or maybe not so quick, from south to north, the murals are as follows. There's stork-headed men with hand axes, and that is actually where the that little hidden alcove was. There are lizard-headed creatures with maces, panther-headed creatures with blowguns, hawk-headed creatures with no weapons, goat-headed males or goat-headed creatures with sickles, and frog-headed creatures with tridents. So kind of, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 pairs of murals in this room, kind of every 5 feet, opposing each other. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
And as you come back in, Iku kind of nods at all of you, and Keshma just looks impatiently as you all enter. It's kind of like, where have you all been?
We killed the golem.
Those are
Yeah.
paltry imitations of my people. And she just judges.
I pull a hand axe off the wall
Okay.
and I attempt to walk through the curtain.
Okay. As
I'm
you...
gonna- Can I like take cover behind this little wall here?
Yes, you can
Well, I
go
mean,
there.
if you're wanting to not get caught in a possible tidal wave, you probably want to be not in the room.
Do you guys want to consider positioning before Sebastian tries to walk through there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna step just outside where I was before when this happened.
Okay.
I'll invite Teresa to come over and say, I know it's safe over here.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just gonna pull some tokens around. I guess Iku's gonna kind of come and squat down in this alcove just because I think that's a funnier place to wait. So Sebastian, as you walk through with the hand axe, you get knocked back by another wave of water. It's a strength saving throw.
It's exciting.
I'm not sure I love this whole dark vision effect that's happening.
That should be only a 15.
A 15 will still pass, so you take no damage. No, you take half damage, sorry. And you get knocked prone, but you are not swept into the back of the room. The damage is 46, so that is 2d6. So I'll roll that.
Yeah, I think you roll 46 and then just divide by 2.
Oh. Hey, I got the average the second time. Oh,
Nice.
no. So that's 7. I don't know, whichever. Yeah, 7 damage then. I'll fix that later. Well, 1 second. Configure. Oh, weird. Okay. And then... Yep. So you're sat on your butt. The water also, again, kind of magically dissipates. I guess I'll roll a save for Keshma just for fun. Why don't the save buttons on NPCs work? Yeah, she'll handle that. The water hits her and she doesn't really... Oh, well, she would still take 2d46 damage. Never mind. She'll take 7 damage. I'm going to say she doesn't get knocked prone, though, because she's a big stone lady. The water just kind of bashes into her.
What weapon were the frog-like people carrying?
Tridents.
I'll grab one of those.
Okay. And repeat the process.
Yes.
You pass through the water. You get wet, but you can continue forward into the alcove beyond, or the hallway beyond. This hallway has, from south north, it has the same murals but reversed, like in flipped direction, but it's the same frog-headed creatures, goats, hawks, panthers, lizards, and storks. It's the same thing, just kind of flipped.
Neat.
And you're holding a trident.
I'll...
When I see Sebastian do that, I'm kind of like, I bet I could do that. And so I'll walk forward.
Are you walking forward with a trident or just walking forward?
Is there a trident somewhere?
So the murals on the walls have lots of weapons inset into them.
Oh. I'm going with a trident. I'll find one, yank it off the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, so would 1,000% do that.
You can make it through the water.
Oh, I don't need to do anything. I just yank it off the wall and I go.
Oh, I thought you were walking through the water. I don't.
Oh yeah, when I first get in and I see it, yeah, and I realize I could take it, I take it, and then I go up to the area. To the, what is it, like a...
It's just a curtain of water. It's like,
Okay.
the best description is like a stylish waterfall in a, you know, like
Yeah, I
those,
was gonna
Sorry
say
to
like
step
water
away for a
door.
moment.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, now I'm there with my trident.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to step away for a moment.
Yep. Are you walking through, Yaza?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay. You walk through.
Nice. Yaz is just like, all right. She's just like, and then she turns to the little thing that's hanging out on her shoulder and just like nods her head to it.
Okay.
And I go up and find Sebastian.
At this point, Orvex follows suit, and as he walks through, he actually tosses his trident back through the curtain of water.
Yowza kept it.
Yeah. And
I mean, how many tridents are there?
I'm going to say there's 6
Oh, okay.
on each side. So I'm just going to... Ooh. So I'm moving NPCs through doing this.
So we pick up the tridents to prevent the tidal wave, correct?
Yes.
Alright, I will do the same.
So Sebastian, let's get everybody in one place before you go too far ahead.
Sure.
Okay, so you went a couple places. Where are you whatting, Sebastian?
Well, initially I was just getting out of the water in this room while the next person came through, just in case something triggered in the room that I was in. And then once it became clear that everybody was going to be able to follow, I went
Into that
start
crawlway?
moving through this crawl space.
Okay. So this is another crawlway. So as you get, let's see here. Okay, cool. Yep. This is a stone crawlway.
All right.
As you step around that curve, there is a grinding sound, and you see kind of before you this section of the floor is actually rotating.
Okay.
And you are now basically, it moves for a little while, and you are, to put it kind of bluntly, stuck in a tunnel that has stone walls on both sides of it. So you're in a small tunnel, kind of this horizontal tunnel space. Oh, are the walls being all freaky?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Let me just kill some walls. There we go.
Oh.
So this thing is rotated, basically. So now you are in... you are in a... oh, God, I'm laying wall. I don't want to lay wall. So as you stepped in there, this whole tunnel rotated 90 degrees.
Right.
And you are now in a enclosed space.
Okay. Which way did it rotate?
Counterclockwise.
Okay. So then I'm gonna start walking this way.
After about 10 feet, it's a smooth stone wall in front of you.
Okay. And then
How long
I'll
does this take?
try walking this way.
It's a smooth stone wall. So everybody else, you would have heard as Sebastian went down that tunnel, you would have heard a clunk and a grinding sound.
I definitely went.
I hope he didn't get squashed.
So Teresa, as you round that corner, you don't see Sebastian. You see a straight north-south hallway. Lying in the middle of it is a skeletal corpse, kind of right in the middle of the roughly 20-foot tunnel that you are looking down before it curves away.
Damn, I kind of wish I had Speak with Dead, but that's a cleric spell. Does it look like, from where I'm standing, can I determine what killed this person?
So it's a desiccated corpse that's kind of completely it's completely dry. You can make out that it has kind of the clothing that the corpse is wearing looks like it's covered in symbols of the god Bahamut, and you can see a yellow handkerchief tied around, or it had been tied around one of the arms, but there's no obvious sign of like brutal death. It's just a thin desiccated corpse that looks like it kind of like if somebody fell asleep and just died and then had started to...
Interesting. I do recall coming across the camp where there was mentioning of a dragonborn paladin. Like out in the city and out in the jungle, we looked like we were following this adventure group that came before us, and one of them was a dragonborn. Can I determine what race is this body?
Yeah, that's a good point. This is a dragonborn. You could tell that from a distance, because what with all the scales. Sorry, the short text didn't say, it says corpse, and then the next sentence is dragonborn. Apologies. Yes. Yep. Yeah, this is a dead dragonborn wearing vestments of Bahamut with a yellow banner tied around its arm.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if we had a name for that adventure group that came before us. I know there are names, I don't remember. It's been a while. So I want to approach the skeleton to see if it was carrying anything.
So you walk into the tunnel?
Yeah.
So there's another grinding sound. And now this is where we're going to have to theater of imagination a little bit. But Teresa, the chamber rotates counterclockwise. Sebastian, it rotates for you as well. And I'm going to get rid of this token because I think it's actually more confusing than not. So now, Sebastian, you have rotated. And Yaza, you can see Sebastian standing in the middle of a hallway.
Okay, but I can't see Teresa.
Nope.
Here, if we went, oh, that's clockwise. If you Teresa moved there.
Yeah, I guess I haven't been trying to track your exact clockwise, counterclockwise position. So it's also the hallway. Sorry, part of the description. It raises and lowers a little bit. So these are basically just two non-intersecting hallways on this thing that rotates. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Teresa, the good news is you can get to the corpse.
All right.
Just to let you know, it has an Ikalwa, which is I think it's like so I can't remember exactly what it looks like, but it's basically a traditional African weapon, I believe. So it's got one of those. It's got a Dungeoneer's pack, a pouch containing some gold, an ivory back scratcher shaped like a dinosaur claw, a holy symbol of Bahamut, and a red crystal eyeball. The bad news is you're in a 25 foot corridor that appears to be facing stone walls on both sides. Sebastian, you... Oh, good. Sorry.
I did want to... Well, I mean, she's going to just go and take some stuff from the corpse. I mean, this corpse is not going to be using it anymore. So she's going to take the eyeball.
Okay.
And the pouch. The Dungeoneer's pack. We might need that. And the Ikalwa. But she will leave the symbol behind.
Okay. And Sebastian, you can see Yaza now as this rotated, and Yaza, you would have seen you would have seen somewhere all of this rotating shenaniganry.
So I will ask Yaza, so who came in?
Did I see the Dragonborn corpse?
Probably not, because you would have been kind of behind Teresa, and this is like a single file crawlway.
Okay, yeah. I'll say Teresa went in. Don't see her now. That leads me to believe there's some stuff going on here.
Yeah, this whole thing rotates whenever somebody enters. I'm guessing that Teresa is currently trapped.
I would assume so. How do you rotate it?
Let me exit the other end. And then if you step in, it will rotate. Halfway, probably.
Alright, I'll step in.
Which will let Teresa out.
Okay. You go in, Azora? Or Yaza? Sorry. Your name was on top of your name, and I was confused. So yeah, as you step in, it kind of turns around. And now, Teresa, you can see Sebastian and the corpse. And Yaza, you are now in a cramped little crawlway.
Interesting. So there you've been hiding. I thought you were crushed. And she pulls out the red eyeball and shows it to Sebastian.
Oh, neat. So I guess we just need to find two more.
Where is the other companion?
I'm also running into wall issues again.
Okay. Let me quickly do some wall healing.
Alright, and Kellick's here now.
Yep. As soon as I fix the wall problem, I will fix... Kellick is down there. I think, Kellick, if you load in, you should be able to... Why can't I? What is going on? Walls? What? There we go. I'm just adding in some quick walls so I can do some stuff. This is what I get for trying to make nice walls. Can't have nice things. Okay, hopefully now movement should be getting a little better. As
Can't round the curve at all.
Trying. I'd tell you I tested these, but you don't have to believe that I did. But I swear I tested these walls, but now there should be ability to move.
Oh.
So I have an idea. So this moves whenever someone enters in from the south, right? But does it move from if someone enters in from the north?
Well, I don't know. We haven't tried like entering from outside the contraption on the north side.
So I'm thinking that if I wonder if there's like a pressure sensor trap in here. Can I do like a what is it? What kind of check is it? Investigation to see if there's any kind of pressure plates or anything that would activate moving these walls.
Sure. Sorry, I'm not pinging up there. I'm just trying to move walls. Yeah, you notice that the floor, as you examine it more closely in here, seems to be kind of one big pressure plate. Like this hallway has is a very slight pressure plate. You notice as you kind of like move around a little bit, you feel the floor shifting ever so slightly as you move around.
So I was thinking if I send one of my zombies in, then we alternate between the two zombies, then we could probably get everybody through.
Sebastian, you just kind of poking around up there?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if it circles all the way back around.
Sure. I'll let you keep doing. I'll do a description of that area in a little bit, if that makes sense.
Right.
But yeah.
All right. So if I come back over here, I should be seeing the other dead ends section, right?
No, right now you can see Teresa.
But Yaza was in the throughput, the one that went all the way through. Teresa was in the one that cut short.
No, they don't cut short. They both go all the way through. So
They both go all the way through. They just
Yeah, it's just like underneath.
it
here
rotates up and down a
is
little bit when it goes.
kind of like a bridge.
okay.
It's more like we can either say magic or it's mechanical, but it basically there's two tunnels. It rotates and shifts so that there are basically two like a screw bit. Does that make
Okay.
sense? So like it
Sure.
there's vertical play when it rotated as well, which I'm not sure if I communicated well.
Okay. So Teresa, if you exit, I can activate this thing to turn again so that Yaza can get out, and before the gap closes, Misty Step back out.
Yeah, I was wondering if either one of us could Misty Step and get out before it closes on us. Yeah, we could try that. Alright, so I go out first.
Yes. I do. Yes, I do still have spell slots for that. So I will go in,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as I hear it activate, I will attempt to Misty Step back to here.
Sure. I like it. It works. You are able to get through the gap just like in that second because you're prepped for it.
Right.
So it spins, and now Yaza, you can see Teresa on one end and Sebastian on the other.
I go to the end where I see Teresa.
Okay. Cool. So, some descriptions. Hey, Kellic. Whoa, my light just flashed. Teresa and Yaza and Sebastian, you have gone through this. That space up there is just a long, twisting crawlway that opens up onto a room that I'll describe in a moment. Kellic, you're moving up to the twisty room. Are you planning on doing something there?
How wide is the hallway?
Pretty narrow. Like, you have to kind of squeeze through it.
Out of curiosity, if I was to, like, push off of the wall on the back corner and, like, do, like, a vertical wing up and wing down kind of, like, push, could I fly from one end to the other?
I don't think that it is engineered such that you could actually glide through it. Like, it's just too tight.
Okay. But what I can do, I'm going to try and walk across or walk through there, walking on the roof.
It works. And
Take break time.
you have proved your point that you had some mechanism amongst all your tools to get through that just to shove it in everyone else's face. Because I'm pretty sure that's why you did that. So congratulations, you did it.
Thank you.
So I'm going to describe some other stuff while you're busy showing your vertical superiority, your vertical supremacy.
Vertical supremacy.
I'm just going to call you Nidhogg from now on.
It's
okay.
Naglfar, sir. It is Naglfar.
Oh, shit. I just lost my Eve card, didn't I? Oh, man. Okay. Anyway, to make myself feel better, I'm going to describe the dungeon. Sebastian, when you came out of the top of that area, that section, to try and describe this, so if you, I'm going to position you, just to try and help make this work. When you're standing here, that space is a little peephole. It's about 6 feet off the ground, so it's literally an eye-level peephole that looks through into the space, into that little corridor beyond. You can see there's an open passageway there right now. You can see the room with the golden boat and the stone sarcophagus in it and the corpse. This is the room that had all of the images carved onto each of the tiles.
Right.
So where you are standing now, you can see into that room through the peephole. A little bit to the south of you here is simply a small alcove and then a door to a room. Let me just see if there are any other descriptions here that matter.
I know that it's a door to a room and not a door to another hallway.
You know, it could be a hallway. Although I'm pretty sure you can see the geometry of the map unless we get into Asherian geometry. Who knows?
Right.
Yeah. And let's see who's here. Yaza's here. Teresa's here. I'm just checking various things. Okay.
Kellic can't get around walls. My screen is fine, but his is not. It's weird. I'll reload and see if it works, but he'll be over there. He would be there if they weren't for walls.
I think I just lied about something. Let me see if I'm correct or not. Sorry, I'm slightly incorrect. I apologize. I described part of this wrong. There's actually a big stone block blocking the doorway here right now.
Okay.
The block has a 7-foot-tall jackal-headed humanoid with a circular gold medallion around its neck, and all around the figure are carvings of locust. The peephole that you had looked through, so when you were looking through the peephole, well, I guess, did you look through it? I don't know.
Yes.
Would you have? So it gives a clear view of the medallion on the chest of that jackal.
I want to inspect this medallion.
Kelly, can I?
Can you just drag Kellic over to by Yaza with your magic DM powers? Thank you.
Okay, so you want to investigate it, Yaza?
Yeah.
Do you want to do an investigation roll?
I know all.
IR investigate much good.
Yep. It's a nice piece of jewelry, kind of. It's a nice big. It's a 6-inch gold medallion. It is engraved with the face of a horned devil with the mouth open. You can see in the devil's mouth there is an hieroglyph of a vulture.
Can I attempt a religion check?
Yes, you can, I mean, you can always try.
Alright, that's almost a net 20.
So a jackal-headed humanoid. Let me check this. Nope, that's not what I wanted. So I will say one interesting thing is there isn't a trickster god that is actually a jackal. But the symbols of this god, you seem to... You're not sure which religion it is exactly, but this is definitely some sort of god of death or plagues or something like that. And you're pretty sure that the... I'm trying to think how to give you off of this. Basically, this is like some sort of guard to an afterlife. And there's probably some sort of test or judgment that's at play here. I think from religion, that's...
I do know that the Egyptian gods do also exist in forgotten realms, but I'm not sure if Teresa would know that Seth exists.
Yeah, I think the challenge here is also breaking the fourth wall. The jackal imagery has nothing to do with the trickster gods. So I'm actually kind of not sure why it's a jackal. But I think the whole idea is that the jackal and the medallion and the imagery, I think you would vaguely recognize, but I don't think there's nothing even with a 19 that sticks out to you about the jackal itself being like symbolically important here beyond somebody put a jackal here. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Right. It would be like something that she might know of from another part of the world, because it's a god of the dead. But she doesn't know why it's here in a place where people worship these animals.
The stone horned devil skull thing, that is the same horned devil skull that you saw at the beginning of the tomb and that has shown up in a few other places, either acting as doorways or traps or whatnot. It's the one on the cover of the book. It's almost the motif of the dungeon, if you will.
So, friends, how are we gonna get past this?
What were you percepting, Kellic? Secret doors or just...
No, I wanted to see if there was any like triggers or mechanisms or anything that was visible on this jackal, to see if there was any like method.
Yeah, so
like open it.
So I think you notice two things. One is that in the locusts carved around the jackal, one of them actually looks like it's a button. Also, as you look at the medallion on the jackal's chest that is currently in the mouth of that gold medallion, there's a vulture. It looks, you can kind of poke it, and it seems like that vulture is probably, it moves. Like it's a carving on a piece of stone under there, but it probably moves. You can't move it right now, but it seems like there is some mechanism that makes it move. So there's
What was the locust again?
the locust appears to be a button.
I'm gonna push that button.
So as you push that button, boop 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 boop. Sorry. Nope, that's the wrong way. Where'd it go? When you push that button, that block sinks into the floor, opening to the room beyond, which has... Let me give the full description of the room. You guys have been in here before, having entered from the ceiling, but there are 4 stone sphinxes, one in each corner, with torches above them illuminating the room. There's the gold funeral barge in the center with a sarcophagus in the middle that was locked shut when you guys came down from above. There is a corpse on the ground about 1 tile past the entrance. And it is that corpse, you looted it earlier, Kellic, quite a few sessions ago. The corpse itself is the corpse of a dwarf, clad in a tattered yellow turban and chainmail. The body itself is actually just a skeleton, as if all the flesh has been stripped from its body.
Wait a minute, I'm starting to think that the adventuring party came in here and died. Question is, how long ago did they come in here? Kind of seemed like it wasn't that long ago.
This Kellic will remind everyone, this is also the room where the voice told us about the eyeballs. How many eyeballs have we collected already?
8.
And the voice told us 10, right?
Yes.
In the wall too told us that 10.
Okay. Just sure that we all remembered.
Sebastian, I can feel your finger itching.
I attempt to open the door.
Well, open it. Hey! That room contains a stone font filled with a steaming green liquid. Beyond it, a shadowy figure stands in front of an open door. Sorry, that's open. On the far side of the room. The figure's back is facing you. So there's basically a shadowy figure staring into the room beyond the room you're in, kind of right here-ish.
Okay.
Can I see through the wall between me and that other side of the hall?
There's a little peephole in that.
Okay.
I take a step backwards, still looking into the room.
Yep, I'm putting a token in there just to show the shadow. It steps back. It would actually, I think it would step back to here probably. So it's mirroring, it steps backwards as you step backward.
Okay. I'm going to mime leaning forward to drink from the font.
It starts drinking and slurping up the soup in that font. It's drinking pretty quickly. Do you do anything? Do you keep miming
Yep.
drinking, or
I keep miming drinking.
so after almost a minute, the shadow creature has completely drunk dry that steaming font. And there is an incandescent orange crystal in the bottom of the font.
Neat. I'm gonna walk in and try to grab the crystal.
As you grab the crystal out, you do so. The shadow creature in front of you, also reaches down and snatches nothing from the empty air in front of it.
Cool.
If that creature attacks Sebastian, I'm gonna ready an attack.
Okay.
Don't think it's going to attack me. It's mimicking everything that I do. So the crystal thing that I picked up, it's not another eyeball?
Oh, it is. It is. It's an eyeball.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Cool. So we have 9. That's useful.
Are you looking for secret doors right now?
Yes.
You do not detect any secret doors.
I want to walk in.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Sebastian, which way are you facing?
I am facing this way.
Okay. Kellic, as you pass Sebastian, you see the face of this shadowy creature, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
And you get a +4 bonus from my aura.
So that's a total of 17?
Yes.
Okay. So you feel a shiver as the kind of blank, featureless shadow Sebastian face looks at you, but the feeling passes.
I'm just gonna kind of like look at it and then keep an eye on it as I walk around the room. And I'm gonna go open the door on the other side.
That door is open.
Is there anything that I can see in there?
It's just a stone closet.
Could I see that when I did my secret door check?
I mean, I'll say yes. Just because your passive perception for secret doors is 23, so you are not fine. There is no secret door there that you can detect.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
And then I will shut that door behind me.
Okay. I'm actually going to grab a drink real quick while you guys decide which way you want to go next. Be right back.
So the 2 things that we have left. Attempt at figuring out the madness room, which is probably where the last eyeball is. And then we need to figure out the room with the boat in it.
I was thinking when we put the eyeballs in, it's going to open the sarcophagus, and that's when we meet whatever that thing is.
I thought maybe putting all the eyeballs in the sockets would open this door over here.
Yeah, the door in the southwest.
Okay, well, in that case, how do we get the sarcophagus open?
That is an excellent question.
But
That
if we put them in and quickly take them out.
I mean, I was just thinking that the sarcophagus is either one, going to open with the eyeballs, or two, is going to have an eyeball.
I mean, that's possible too. There's something to do with that medallion.
It could.
Well, the medallion's in the floor now, so...
Right. Well, I mean, we could push the button, bring the stone back up, grab the medallion, and then push the button again to make the stone go away again.
I mean, I don't know if the button's still accessible.
Yeah, let's look.
If the button's still accessible, then sure.
I think we have to wait for Grim for that one, though.
I wonder if we can fabricate some eyeballs. Do we know what the material is made out of for those things?
What the material of what is made out of?
Yeah, what material are the eyeballs made out of?
Some kind of crystal.
Getting a bit of a crazy idea. Probably make some counterfeit eyeballs.
Hi, I'm back. But carry on.
We were just debating on if we should use the eyeballs in
Is the button that made the stone go into the floor still accessible?
No, the whole block dropped like down into the floor. So basically, I mean, you all saw it happen. Basically, where the door is now, that tile here is the top. The floor is the top of the stone that has the jackal on it, and you can just kind of see the seam where it manages to come out. And it opens up into that tiled floored room beyond.
Huh.
What in particular are you trying to figure out, Kellic?
If there is a switch to bring it back up.
You don't see anything in the doorway area that looks like it would do anything. You just see this kind of the faint like couple millimeter gap where that block dropped down. It does look like Are you flying over there?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we already established that the floor has some fucking like designs on them and that it looked scattered the last time. So yeah, I'm just gonna fly over there.
Okay.
And then now that the door is down, I'm gonna attempt to open the sarcophagus.
Sorry, that was probably obnoxious. If you try to open it, it does not seem to be openable right now. It is locked or sealed in some manner.
Does it have any recesses on it?
So the seam. So it's a. Oh yeah, this is the place where the sarcophagus is made out of gold too, or at least it's a golden sarcophagus. So the space between the top and the bottom is. So all around the sarcophagus, it looks like the lid just drops on. There doesn't appear from the outside of the sarcophagus to be any mechanism or means of There doesn't seem to be any way besides lifting the lid off to open it from the outside. And Kellic, when you tried to lift it, it felt like it didn't budge at all. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. How tall is the roof in this room?
So the roof in this room... The room is 15 feet high, and you're on top of a 3-foot tall stone dais. So you're standing about 12... Well, your feet are 12 feet from the ceiling. The ceiling here has a shaft going up directly above the sarcophagus, up into darkness. And as a reminder, you did come down that shaft before.
Yeah, I was going to say we've been here before, though, so...
I'm gonna step onto the stone that descended into the floor and then like step right back.
Nothing happens.
Do you want me to send a zombie in there?
Not necessarily.
Or I can animate this dwarf corpse and send it running around to trigger any traps.
There's no guarantee that that's going to be helpful.
Yeah, at least we'll know it's there, though. Whatever killed it.
What makes this?
I'm a big fan of the dwarf corpse running around idea.
Do what?
The dwarf corpse running around idea.
What about it?
I like that. I'm a big fan.
Okay. You can go with that then.
I mean, so the idea behind it is at least we'll know if there's something there that is like a trap or something that triggers whenever something is walking around. Like, for example, in front of the sphinxes. Because that thing's lying right there by the entrance.
Yep.
Now, is it facing inward towards the room, or is it facing towards the door? Like it's trying to run away or something.
The corpse?
Yes.
It's on the second tile in, kind of collapsed. I guess its feet would be closer to the door, its head closer to the sarcophagus boat.
Okay, so it's probably was trying to exit. So generally speaking, the idea was to do animate dead on the corpse, have it run around the room, trigger any traps so we know what is in the room. See if I can find that spell. Yeah, I'll use a level slot I still have my pro power. So I am going to do animate dead on the dwarf corpse.
Okay. I'm just gonna find a skeleton, I guess. Yay, there's a skeleton. There's the dwarf corpse. It shambles and stands up as you cast the spell on it.
Yeah, so it has the same stats as other two zombies in the hole.
How many hit points do they have?
22.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the hit points on the skeleton. Or, hey, let's use brain power and copy the zombie.
Yeah.
And paste it. Look at that.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna just send it running around the room.
Where's the first? Where do you put it first?
I'm gonna send it over in front of this.
So, as it goes over there, from each sphinx, a cloud of locusts pour out and swarm to the location of that zombie, and they fill. Well, that's not the. Sorry, I wanted this. The locusts fill about a 15-foot cube, and these locusts do. In the swarm of locusts, as they attack the skeleton, they actually just kind of destroy what bone was left, and that. Well, I just deleted that. I didn't want to delete that. I want that. And then I want this.
when they're out, like as soon as they run out, I'm going to shoot a lightning arrow at them.
The locusts?
Yep.
Okay. You shoot it. It does some damage to some of them, but the sheer quantity of locusts filling this 15-foot cube, like it functionally has no effect on the quantity of locusts. Like you could shoot stuff at it all day long. But it's just like a dense cube of locusts that have flooded into this cube.
But lightning arrow is to every creature in range. Everything.
A swarm counts as a single creature, though.
All right.
So you kill 2d8 locusts, probably.
So I'm going to say that this is a magical effect. It's not necessarily real locusts. It is a magical effect that looks like a swarm of locusts, just so that we don't debate how many things are killing it, because the swarm has no hit points. It has nothing. It is basically an effect that happens when that zombie stepped on that tile. And that swarm is... And so basically, Kelly, you fire the arrow expecting it to hurt the locusts, and much to your surprise, nothing happens. So you're pretty sure that these are not normal locusts, and that cloud is now just kind of swarming around where that zombie had been.
Okay. I mean, that's still, useful information, so that's fine.
Yeah. I'm not trying to invalidate your action. It's just there's no mechanism for clearing the locust cloud out. Or at least not that mechanism.
So we know that it died about 2 squares away from the door, and when I pushed it directly in front of the Sphinx, the locust spawned. So I wonder if we go behind the Sphinx, like this, and do what we need to do.
So there's an exact diagram of this floor. Do you guys want me to pull that up?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully this loads. Kellic, sorry, I think you're the only one that can see it right now. I'm gonna.
I can see it.
Can you all see it?
Yeah, I can see it too.
Okay. It's handy that Kellic, that you're in the same place you were last time. So.
Okay, so now I see a pattern. Like this is a foot. This is a foot. Like all the feet here. Foot. Things like that.
I feel like I am contractually obligated to say, because I've complained about this before, this time the overworld map and the specific map have the right number of tiles and the right orientation. I just want to give them credit for this one.
Yeah.
Carry on. I bitch so much about 5th edition that I feel like I have to give them credit when they get it right. Okay, sorry.
Well, technically, it's not something having to do with the edition. It's having to do with whoever created these maps.
Wizards of the Coast. Correct. I'm talking about Wizards of the Coast, not the edition. You're right. Anyway.
So we know not to step on the tiles with feet on it.
Or the tiles with the scepter. The clue from the wall was...
So this is where your zombie died. And
the vulture is the first step.
this is the cloud right now of zombies, or of locusts.
Okay, so don't step on the foot or the scepter. Cloud.
Is the design you traced meant to stay there right now?
No, I'm just marking
Okay.
all the tiles for places we can't step on. It'll clear once I click off of it.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure because I was confused. That's okay. Oh, hey, look. Now it's actually got a gold thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so now would be a good time to have the fly spell.
What is this design?
It's kind of like a scarab.
Okay.
I'll say, as you guys are pondering all this, some time has passed, and the cloud of locusts dissipates. It kind of splits out into back to the mouths of the four sphinxes in this room, and it is, as soon as I find my drawing tool, that cloud of locust goes away. As soon as, come on, give me the selection tool. There we go. That was after about a minute while you guys have been pondering the design of this floor through the doorway.
Alright, so where do we plan to step?
I mean...
It's 30 feet to the sarcophagus. I could Misty Step, I don't know about the rest of you guys.
I only have one more Misty Step today.
I wonder if we can destroy the sphinxes.
Well, I have a couple of Misty Steps too, just in case.
Yeah, the only thing is, how do we get out?
Well, I mean, we all got into the room once before, through the shaft in the ceiling.
Where relatively is the shaft?
Right above Kellic.
And the mouth door?
So the door to the room is here. Yeah, the mouth, well, so I guess from inside the room, Kellic and I guess anybody in the doorway would see kind of right about here, I think, is where the backside of that jackal mouth is.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Let me figure out exactly where it is, just in case. I'll find the map. It would be. So let me draw it. Let's see, how does that work? Okay, it would look kind of like there's an alcove not even big enough to stand in here, and this is where that hallway and jackal mouth is. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
So you can just see through it. But again, the gaps between the teeth are about 2 inches.
So the inside of the jackal's mouth had the vulture on it, didn't it?
So the vulture was... So the stone... Sorry, let me get off of my drawing tool. So the stone that sunk into the floor here,
Uh-huh.
on the side facing out, had the jackal sculpture. So it faces outside the room. The medallion was on the chest of that jackal, and in the mouth on the medallion there was a vulture symbol in the middle of the mouth. And the peephole in the other area that Sebastian, you looked through, was focused on the vulture. Like, it was focused on the medallion and the mouth and the vulture.
Right.
And the vulture is the tile entering this room.
Is there? I'm gonna see if I can ask Kellic if there's a design on the sarcophagus.
Do you communicate back and I can just say what it is?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell her what I see.
Or
So,
is it a bird blink?
Very tersely and unhelpfully, but yeah, I'll tell her.
So, I'm gonna take a moment and roleplay as you, Kellic. Unicorn bunnies everywhere. Did I channel you properly?
Yeah, no, that was a very good rock.
And I guess take an inspiration point.
Yeah.
For being a dick. You got the best god for yourself, didn't you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Trying to figure out how can we safely enter this room.
All right, I want to put my foot forward on the vulture, like kind of like you're gonna do the cha-cha, and you're gonna put like one foot forward, and you put like your weight on it, and then you go back.
Okay. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
So I'm not standing on it. I just go to put enough pressure on it, and then I like come back to the entryway.
Let me grab 1 second here. Thursday group. Yaza. So you're kind of right there. So you start to put you kind of go like halfway between.
Grim's over here like, does
Yeah.
she have a backup character? No. Okay.
No, I'm looking at exact ruling, like the exact wording of how certain stuff works. So as you step onto as you put your weight onto the vulture, because you're kind of not committing, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as the block underneath you like incredibly quickly starts to snap upwards. So you are able to dodge out of the way onto this step. Oh, actually, which way do you want to dodge? Do you want to dodge into the room or out of the room?
I was thinking out of the room because I just wasn't sure. I was more testing it.
Okay, so you dodge out of the room, and the block slams into the ceiling as you dodge out of the way of this giant stone block slamming up. So you are now outside looking at the jackal statue with the medallion. Like, it snapped back up and sealed the place off as you put your foot on that vulture tile.
Oops.
I want to take the medallion off the statue.
How do you try to take it off?
Like, is it
It's
firmly
affixed.
attached?
It is affixed to the statue. I'm
Oh
gonna.
crap! I
I'm gonna.
forgot to buy a crowbar with this character.
I'm
That's
gonna.
usually one of my standard buys.
I'm gonna kind of make a little. Okay, so. Sorry, I'm trying to draw out the shape of this area just because, you know. Sorry, I'm just doing some drawing real quick. Can I just hit enter? Oh, that doesn't work, does it? Okay, this is gonna look kind of weird because I have to do it this way, but no, just stop. How do I stop drawing the shape? There. Did that shape show up for everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to draw the geometry of the hallway, just so
Right.
that like. So I'm gonna put Teresa. I'm gonna kind of put you here, I guess. Where is Sebastian? I guess I'm gonna put you here, Sebastian.
Okay.
And then the peephole thingamajobber, I'm just going to draw a little weird line right there. So I know we're all kind of smashed together, but like there's this U-bend, there's the peephole that sees through, and then there's the space Yaza and Sebastian where you are. Kellic, you're in the room right now. So I'm just getting the geometry of all this set up.
Right.
Just
I'm just sitting there bird blinking at the inside of that door.
from your side, the back of it is a smooth. It's just a smooth stone.
Yeah, but I'm in here like
Yeah.
looking at it like I can't believe they just closed that door with me in here.
Okay. Teresa, are you happy with where you are in the geometry of everything?
Yeah, she's like right behind Sebastian.
Okay. I'm still drawing. Me no DMing good with virtual tabletops.
The medallion is affixed to the statue. You said exactly how is it affixed?
Well, from your perspective, it's just like kind of. I guess if you just try to like take it off with your hand, it's just fixed to it. I'm
Okay.
not sure if you can see how it's affixed because however it's affixed would be behind the medallion, if that makes
Right.
sense.
I'll pull out my longsword and try and pry it off.
So you try to pry it off. I'm gonna say that trying to pry it off does not work. Like whatever is affixing it to the statue is very strong. Make sense?
Sure.
And I'm gonna swap Yaza and Sebastian because you're trying to pry it off.
I attempt to push the medallion.
Like push it into the chest.
Yes.
You feel like you're trying to push the medallion into a stone block.
Okay. Does it rotate?
So you can tell that the vulture symbol in the medallion is made of a different material than the gold of the medallion itself.
Okay.
When you try to move it, it doesn't move, but it's like, you know when you tap on something and like you can tell that it's a thin piece of material?
Right.
You can tell that vulture part inside the mouth and the medallion is it's like a tink tink tink. Like it seems like it's an object inside the medallion.
Okay. So I tried pushing on that.
There's just an almost imperceptible amount of movement, like it might be part of some mechanism, but you can't actually, like, you can't move it. You just get the impression that something probably does make it move. Does that make sense?
Sure. So I spend several minutes just like pushing on it, pulling on it, twisting it,
Yeah. Are you doing this really forcefully or just trying to like get it to move? Like, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll start like not super forcefully and get a little bit more forceful over time.
Nothing seems to be moving it. You get the impression that you could potentially, like, you could theoretically break the medallion if you hit it hard enough. Like, you get the impression that the whole thing, it's sturdy, but it still feels like if you had a watch and you were just like, screw this, I'm gonna break this watch, like, you could probably do that.
Okay. I put away the long sword, I get my spear, and I try and stab it, like, on the vulture.
Like, are you just bashing
Yeah,
the medallion?
Yeah, striking it as hard as I can with the spear point.
Yep. So after a few hits, the medallion's made out of gold, and you start like really denting and bending and dinging it to the point where if you keep going, you're pretty sure you can destroy the medallion itself.
Okay. Anybody object to me doing that?
Nope, not at all.
Okay, sure. I'll keep going.
So you smash and hack and break this gold medallion, and eventually, as the pieces fall away, you reveal the vulture image is on a disc that is mounted on kind of a it's a disc that has let's see here it's a kind of a clay disc that has 8 hieroglyphics around the disc, and so as you smash apart the medallion, you reveal the entirety of the disc, which is mounted against through the middle of the disc. It's mounted into some mechanism behind it. So basically, you break off the front of the medallion. You have this clay disc sitting on a axis. It's currently facing the vulture symbol is the top symbol, and then looking around the disc, the symbols change. So it's kind of like a what's the thing in the kid? You look through it with the things and you click the button and it slides around in a circle. Do you remember what I'm talking about, Sebastian?
Yeah, I can't. Not a kaleidoscope.
A Viewmaster? Is that what those were called?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the disc inside of Viewmaster, where like every time you click it, it switches to a different image. I'm probably telling everybody how old I am.
Right. I'm with it. I'm with it.
If Sib was
I forgot
here,
what that thing was called, but yeah.
if Sib was here, Sib would just be like, "What?" I'm making fun of Sib when Sib's not here. But so around the circle, you see, in this order, vulture, serpent. I'm just going to type this in chat while I say it, so I don't have to do this like 10 times. So the order of the hieroglyphs is vulture. Wow, let's spell vulture right. Vulture, serpent, door, reed, scarab, scepter, foot, urn. Vulture, serpent, door, reed, scarab, scepter, foot urn. Do I have the right number here? Sorry, I'm just making sure I typed this right. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd you go? Where is it? I lost it. Sorry, I have a whole page of text. Okay. Vulture, serpent, door, reed, scarab, scepter, foot, urn. Sorry, Yaza, I said that as you. But going around the disc, that is the order of the hieroglyphs around the whole circle. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's affixed to that axis on the remains of the medallion that you have smashed apart. Kellic, from the other side, you hear some faint thunking sounds.
Oh, he's just stepped away for a minute, but I'll tell him when he gets back.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to include him a little bit, you know.
He bird blinked.
Yeah. I imagine he's just walking around on the ceiling upside down because he can.
Well, yeah, obviously. Okay, but it is the button. Can we find the button at all?
Yeah.
To make
Yeah.
You
okay.
saw Kellic push the locust button, so if you want to push it again, you can do that.
Yeah, I'll just check in with everybody and see what they think. Okay, well, if everyone's okay with it, then I'm just gonna push the button.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
So the block, medallion, everything, except for the chunks of scrap gold that you smashed off of it, the block sinks down into the floor. And you can now see into the room again.
Now the question is, did this trap reset?
So if we turn the disc in sequence, the path I drew on the floor would hit the symbols in the same order.
Do you have the drawing tool? Oh, you do have a drawing tool.
Yes.
I don't see what you drew, but
Maybe it's only visible to me.
do you want me to draw it so everybody can see a path?
Yeah.
Let me change the color just for the sake of me. Oh, whoa. Oh, hey, there we go. No, it just showed up.
Except we skipped the scepter.
You can also delete stuff. I don't know how many tools you have. So if you see the little box symbol, like the cursor symbol in the drawing menu at the very top, you can click on that to and then select things and delete them if you want to. And then the little squiggle, like the little weird cursive-y thing, draw freehand, that is the freehand draw tool.
Right. And from there go diagonal northwest.
Or straight ahead, because there's a scarab there with scepter. And then foot. Then urn.
That path also.
Do we know what the snake does? I'm going to assume it's bad.
Yeah, I don't think we have any idea.
Well, I can't always keep feeding my other two zombies. Or, no, I don't think we have enough space for a long jump. I was gonna think of something silly like put pigeons on the ceiling and crawl across the ceiling with rope. I don't think that'll work.
I mean, if it's just a question of getting to the boat, we know how to do that. I think that, like, turning this disc and then stepping on the glyphs in the same order might actually make it possible to open the sarcophagus.
But wouldn't it be one person that's going in there though? While the other person turns the disc.
Yes.
Well, the disc is in the floor right now.
Right. One person steps into the room, steps on the vulture, and the stone comes back up. And then somebody outside the room would have to turn the disc and then signal for the person inside the room to step to the next tile.
I mean, we could certainly try it.
I mean, I'm willing to be the one stepping on the floor, but I want to take a short rest to recover some hit points first.
Yeah, I think that would be viable.
Yeah, that sounds good to me too.
Just, yeah, because I get some spell slots with the short rest.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then do so and adjust your HPs, spell slots, etc.
All right.
Huh. Short rest button doesn't work for me. I'll just manually roll it.
Huh. Oh, there's a setting. So there's a little setting button when you hover over hit dice. I don't know if that does it. Whatever. Probably just
Yeah, it
best
doesn't
to...
work.
Okay.
I'll just roll manually.
Picked.
I don't know if hit dice crit. Do
I
they?
don't think they do.
I don't...
All right. I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I hit like the short rest, just like FYI, but I hit short rest beforehand, and then when I did hit dice, it automatically added to my hit points and took away from my hit dice.
Interesting.
Yeah, so if I hit short rest first and then did the hit dice, because then it comes up where you can roll, it did that, and then it did everything for me automatically.
So let me refresh the screen here.
I wonder
Well, I will just hit the roll button 5 times since I did it manually 5 times. And
Hold on. Let me see if I can...
Yeah, the first thing I clicked on was rest, and then it like left the screen up for me, and then I rolled for my hit dice.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, so if you keep hitting roll, it does it. I'm doing it to you, Sebastian. Sorry.
Okay.
I have you at 6 hit dice. Did you use 5 hit dice?
I used 5, so I should be at 5 out of 10 remaining.
Okay, and then I'm just going to put you at 99 hit points.
Right.
A function I have not. That's cool. There are so many functions that I need to learn about Foundry that I just don't know.
I didn't realize it did that, so I just I hit rest first, and then I happened to start doing it, and then I was like, oh, it did it automatically. That's kind of cool.
So if you click the short rest button on lay on hands, does that do something? Sebastian? Because you've got like short rest and long rest, short rest and long rest. For like divine sense, lay on hands, and harness divine power, you have little like short rest and long rest check boxes too.
I think that it's checked, so then when you take a long rest, then it resets. For example, if you took if it's clicked on the short rest, then it would reset. If it was like you had some special ability for short rest, so when you hit rest, it would do those things automatically.
Yeah, I think the only thing I have that resets on a short rest is Channel Divinity, which I don't really use.
Yeah, me either.
Because my options aren't really applicable to this scenario.
Okay.
Foundry is not loading when I refreshed it.
Mine took a long time.
It might be because I switched to Foundry music. It might be loading the music that I'm playing. So
no, it's a Foundry problem because I had this with my other game where we use Foundry too. Whenever I would reload, sometimes it's just a blank gray screen.
Oh, okay.
Just gonna have to give it some time here.
Nature's Veil. Deft Explorer. Sorry, I'm just looking at people's character sheets. Because I have to say, the character sheet is the thing I've probably looked at the least. Oh, wow. Sebastian, your background has so much stuff in it. I wonder if everybody has that. Yep. Pulls a lot of stuff in. So while we wait for Teresa to load in, once you guys complete the short rest and Teresa's back in, do you know what you want to do, how you want to approach this?
There we go.
Yeah, I will. Actually, I can't walk in because I collide with a wall.
Oh, you're probably outside boundary limits. Let me... Oh, yeah, there's walls on the edge of this. That's kind of hilarious. I'll move you past it. Oh, interesting. Let me just get rid of these walls because there's really no point to them. Okay, try now. Hey. Okay, so you step in?
Yeah, I will step in.
So, do you step all the way in?
Yes.
Okay, so as you step in, that door block thing immediately slams up into the ceiling, sealing the room behind you. Are you guys on the other side watching the dial on the statue?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, it does. You see as Sebastian steps in, and the door slams up after that kind of all finishes. The dial clicks one position over and shows. It clicks to the serpent.
Okay, and I mean, I don't know if he's going to be able to hear me, but I'm gonna try and yell through the wall and be like, "It looks good!"
Oh my god. My eardrums.
Sorry.
Sebastian, you hear?
You didn't like your house anyway, right?
Wait, don't we have the sanding stone thingies?
I think you had one,
know I
and the other sending stone was with Sereth.
Oh,
Right.
So you could try sending to Sereth. That would actually be a very interesting outcome at this point, but I'm not sure if now is the right time to do that. I am happy to follow up on that plot point later, but I don't think right now. So Sebastian, you step onto the next tile and it kind of goes clunk. Yaza and Teresa, you see the symbol. You see the disc rotate to the door symbol.
Okay.
to the what again?
Door symbol.
Okay, door symbol. Okay.
Waiting for a signal.
I'll yell again.
And so, Sebastian, all you can really hear through the stone block is, "Hmm."
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just like some kind of intentional signal, and then I'll step to the next.
this tile kind of sinks ever so slightly and goes clunk, and Yaza and Teresa, you see the read symbol rotate into position.
I'll do the same.
Click scarab.
Same thing again.
Click scepter.
Same thing.
Click foot.
Same thing.
And then click urn.
The same thing.
And as Sebastian, as you step on the urn, Kellic, you hear a thunk from the sarcophagus that you are standing on.
I'll just look at Sebastian and be like, guess we should open it.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool. Okay, so the gold sarcophagus lid, the two of you can slide off. It's very heavy, to the point that you think it may actually be made out of rather thin gold, and you're able to slide it off and toss it onto this dais you're on. Inside the sarcophagus, you see the fragile bones of an almirage, which is the jackalope bunny thing, as well as a spiral horn.
A spiral horn?
Basically like the unicorn horn that an almirage would have.
Man, all that for a bunny skeleton. Remind me again, who is the opposite of the honey badger in my head?
Give me 1 second. I have a spreadsheet for this. So you have Obolaka. Ijin the Almirage is the opposite.
Ah, yes. Honey badger is probably screaming at me this whole time.
The Zorbo, yeah.
So The horn is the only thing in there?
Yeah, the bones of an Almirage and its horn.
Well. I pick up the horn.
So as you pick it up, streamers of light emanate from the tip of the horn and swirl around you, forming a spectral rabbit with a single horn on its brow. A female voice whispers to you, "Quick, quick, let me in. We have to stop a Sirak." Do you let this spirit in, or do you try to stop it from entering you?
Try to stop it.
Okay, sorry, let me... Charisma saving throw.
That's only a 24.
You pass. You hear kind of an exasperated grunt, and you are holding an Almirage horn.
Interesting.
Also, I should probably note this, because you can't... Let me... I need to add a column here. Refusal. You have refused... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, no. Where is... Yeah. Sebastian. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and figure out who refused various trickster gods. Okay. Yep. Sebastian. Okay.
Okay. I tried them all.
So you have the Horn of the Almirage. Yeah, you guys already looted the dead guy, so that's
Right.
over.
Okay, so now I guess I can try and walk back the same path. So yeah, I'll do that.
I'm going to say it works.
Okay.
This is kind of like the other version of this where there are two interpretations. I'm going to go with the you can go back the way you came. Because
And we're
honestly,
probably watching the disc turn in reverse order.
I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say that as you opened the sarcophagus, the door actually opened.
Yeah.
Just because I did actually map out all of the correct pathways to the plinth. I did not even think to map out if there are correct pathways back from the plinth. And the book says nothing about that. So I'm going to just go ahead and say that solving the puzzle solves the room.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm going to switch us back to the other map. There we go.
Right.
And now is it playing two different songs? It is playing two different songs. That's cool. Hey, this is a good point to ask. Is anybody hearing audio while we do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So it is working. Nice. There we go.
I think it turned down fairly low, but it is nice background music.
Well, I like to have it. I don't know. I think it helps, especially in the points where people stop and think. It's nice to have background music as opposed to just dead silence, but that's just me. Anyway, yeah, so you, Sebastian, you make it back out.
Cool.
And there you all are.
We did it. We did it.
Yep.
I gotta say, that's one of the rooms that I was... This is one of the rooms I was most worried about in the dungeon for you guys. But, you know, hey. I'm so proud of you. You solved the
We figured
puzzle.
it out. Yeah.
Awesome. Did we find the last eyeball?
No.
So you have...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have 9 eyeballs, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna take my trident in hand again and walk back through the water?
Yep. It works. In the interest of... Well, I guess you guys are... Do you want to try and find all 10 eyeballs?
Yes.
Do you want me to recap where the 9 eyeballs you found so far are, just to remind everybody?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so... There was... This might be a good point to zoom out your map, because I'm going to ping locations.
Yep.
So... I'm going to go in the order of the number of the rooms. There was a secret alcove here behind one of the murals in the south side of the water room, where you guys found one. Room 32 is... Where is that? The rotating crawlway. You found one on a corpse there. You found one in the bowl with the shadow thingamajobber.
Yep.
You found 2 on the corpse in here. You found 2 in the statue on the wood disc winds room. And there were 2 in the chest in the bottom of that force field place.
My leading candidate for the last one is in here.
I would think it would be on the other side of the rotator room.
We've already checked the whole thing.
Oh, all right, never mind then.
Oh yeah, I went all the way back there, but I don't think that I saw anything, but I also don't remember. I wasn't looking for, I think, eyeballs at the time either.
So are you talking about the rotating room?
No, the
No,
tapestry room.
The madness room.
Oh, the boarhead?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I went all the way back there, but I mean, I wasn't looking specifically for eyeballs, so. We can go back and look.
Okay, I actually have to get going a little bit earlier right now. I'm about to get off.
Okay.
Good night.
Have a good one. Thanks for playing.
Thank you much for the DMing.
I'm going to delete a bunch of walls real quick, just to make it easier to move around.
Night, Teresa.
Whoa, that was fun. Just because you guys have explored a bunch, and I don't necessarily see a point in hiding things that you haven't. Sorry, this will just let you guys move around a little easier. Hopefully nobody minds with me removing walls, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's no problem.
I'm offended. I can't believe this. Why would you remove the walls like that?
So offend, very wow.
You know how much work I just undid by doing that?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. All our pain in the ass to doing this.
The good news is I know how to copy things in Foundry now, so if I need to make a new version, whatever. Okay. So you guys are coming back to this... you're coming back to room 43, which is the...
Yep.
Let me just look up room 43 real quick. Okay, so this is where I have to ask. Okay, so this is the room with the tapestries that show increasingly macabre versions of a feast. It starts out with... let's see, Kellic, do you want me to just move you over there?
Yes, please.
Okay. I love this effect, how it, like, now that the walls are gone, it just reveals the whole damn map. It's a funny effect. Anyway, so the first tapestry is a bunch of people feasting. It looks happy. The second tapestry shows Here, I'll just reread the tapestries. So the first tapestry shows a scene of merriment, nobles feasting around a banquet table, a roast boar on a platter, and servants pouring wine. The second tapestry, and before you go past it, let me finish reading them, Sebastian, because I have to ask a question.
Okay.
The second tapestry shows the scene descending into depravity with the nobles fighting each other, partaking in carnal encounters on the table, or sprawling on the floor in puddles of vomit. The final tapestry shows nobles feasting on servants, eating each other alive, and setting fire to the hall. The roast boar is alive and laughing on its platter. And I guess if I wanted to be really responsible, I would have asked for trigger warnings before this, but, you know, I don't think that matters because we already did it. Depictions of cannibalism and arson. Who actually made it to the third tapestry before?
I did.
Yeah.
Because I think both of... Go ahead.
Yeah, I went all the way back to the actual, like, boar space and stuff like that. I went all the way back without a problem.
Okay, cool.
And I did as well. We're both immune to fear.
Yeah, that's the thing that I had to ask about.
And I fished like some golden spectacles or something out of the boar's mouth.
Yeah, so to describe that boar's head mouth, I find it funny that it looks like they actually drew the demon skull again. But that's
Yeah.
okay. I don't think they told Schley all of the things in this dungeon. I think he got a in-progress draft of this map. So yeah, that's a rotting head of a giant boar mounted on the wall. There's fresh blood and gore spatters in its tusk dribbling down the walls behind it. Let me just read this because there was that effect. Okay, cool. Yep. So I just had to reread all of the stuff about this, but I'm assuming because you... Yeah, cool. So you guys come back, and it is that same boar's head. Yeah, you fished out a pair of gold spectacles.
Yep.
Do you have notes if you got anything else out of there?
That's the only thing that I remember. I didn't note it at the time.
Okay. I don't remember.
I didn't think there was a lot that we cared about when we went, really, at all.
I seem to recall...
Yeah, go ahead.
I seem to recall you grabbing the spectacles and then everybody left is kind of what I remember.
Yeah.
That's exactly, yep.
Okay.
I want to attack the boar's head.
Go for it. You hit it. And you rend a good portion of it. It is not destroyed, but you have kind of like half dislocated the jaw and smashed in the upper cheekbone. And I'll say, I'm just gonna, because whatever. You keep hacking and attacking, and eventually you destroy the boar's head. If that's...
Okay, cool.
You see in the kind of gore and viscera that this seems to actually just be a boar's head, right? Just that you're hacking apart and splattering to the floor. You can see mixed in with the gore, there's a leather eye patch with a bloodstone in it and a platinum hairpin kind of mixed within the gullet of what's left of this boar's head.
There's an eye patch with a what in it?
A bloodstone.
A bloodstone. So that would be the 10th eye then?
The bloodstone does not look like the other eyes you have picked up. It actually just looks like a little gem, like set into the eye patch. Like somebody had a macabre sense of fashion.
Okay, I'll still take it.
The eye patch with the bloodstone, and what was the other thing?
A platinum hairpin. For the sake of notes, if anybody wants to write it down, those gold spectacles were worth 25 gold, the eye patch and bloodstone are worth 50 gold, and that platinum hairpin is worth 75 gold.
Yeah, I'll definitely... Well, I mean, I'll take all that stuff if Sebastian doesn't pick it up right away.
Okay, you can go take it. I still have the golden spectacles.
You know how hard it is to haul a boar's head down into this dungeon.
I know how easy it is to hack it up.
Touche, Paladin. Touche.
Alright, I just walk out of there now.
Okay, so no eyeballs there.
I can't see this passageway in reality, right, from here?
There's a doorway there. And that's where there was a gold skull in there that's supposedly been following you around that I forgot about because let's just forget about the gold skull. It followed you around and made snarky comments for a while and then drifted off.
Alright, I want to go down in here.
Okay. So as you come back in this room, it's a tiny little chamber that has kind of a platform and then some steps down to that plinth where the gold skull was. Or a pedestal that the skull was on. Otherwise, this room appears to be empty.
Can I see that little, like, passageway, or is that, like...
Yeah. You guys came in that way.
Okay, now I'm gonna go down that way.
So, Sebastian, as you come back in, and Yaza, the two of you, you see that Tomb Guardian standing there. It is looking through a window into that hallway and cylindrical chamber beyond. The Tomb Guardian is standing there with its hand on the lever.
I'm gonna just tell it it's not doing a very good job.
I'm gonna reach past it and pull on the lever.
And I have my sword ready to fight it.
Oh, cool.
As I'm talking shit.
Let's see. Let me read something real quick just to make a call. So as you, hold on, sorry. Okay, so you push the lever down, like kind of on top of the Tomb Guardian's hand, and just kind of clunk it down. As you do so, there's this thunking sound, and you can kind of make out beyond it that cylindrical room beyond starts rotating, and the Tomb Guardian almost acting, trying to think the best way to describe this, with like no emotion at all. It kind of like swings its arm back and pushes your hand off and raises the lever back up to stop. And as it raises the lever back up, there is another clunking sound, and that cylindrical room stops rotating.
Okay.
And this all happens in the space of like 5 or 10 seconds. So basically you push it down and it, almost as if it didn't even notice you there, it's like, oh, no, that's not what I was supposed to do. And it just raises the lever back up after shoving your hand away.
Alright, I'm going to turn back to Kellic and say, you need to get down there. I mean, you don't have. I can go, but then you're going to stand right next to the Tomb Guardian in case the shit hits the fan.
I mean, I can't be invisible, so.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
You can go in there and just like fly while the room turns and look for an eyeball.
Yes.
Yeah, fine. Alright, fine.
Kellic's going. So he's gonna. Do I have to drag him all the way around and through and all the way up?
No, so here's what I'm going to do. So you're going all the way around and going in. Kellic, how do you want to go into that room? Do you want to drop in through the hole in the passageway or go in through the door?
Because there's a door right there.
Because there's 2 ways into that room.
Well, if I go in through the passageway, then I have to go all the way around, don't I?
I just want to know which direction you're approaching it from, just so I can put you in the right place. I'm just like...
Yeah, and you have to go all the way around either way.
I'll just go through the room.
So you want to enter from down here or up here?
I'd rather enter from down below.
Okay.
Oh, also, on your way through, can you pick up the pittance and rope things?
Well,
We did that.
we're about to go back down that way.
Yeah, but we need to flip the switch.
Yeah, but either way, I already pulled up all the pittance and rope, so...
Well, you also put them back down again while you weren't
Yeah,
here.
you did. You weren't here, but you did that.
Alright, well, I didn't agree to this shit, so I think it's some bullcrap.
Yeah, okay, well, you won't pick him up. Anyways, we would have communicated all before he left. And, yeah. You want to go in the room?
Yeah.
Okay, he'll go in.
Okay, so... Whoa. Don't use the cameraman, me. Okay, Kellic. So when you go in the room... I'm going to highlight everybody. I'm going to do that. As you go in the room, the Tomb Guardian... I'm going to describe all this and then I'm going to... Well, I'm just going to hit the button. So I'm going to hit the combat button because we're going to need to go in turn order. Oh, that was interesting. Sorry. There we go. So as you go in the room, the door locks as the Tomb Guardian flicks the switch down and the room begins rotating. That's loud. That's really loud. Sorry. Let's see here. So as you go in, I do need you, as that switch is flicked and this whole thing kind of kicks off, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as the room starts turning. That's not great. So you lose your footing and take 11 bludgeoning damage as the room kind of tosses you around. And then it will be your turn to act, Kellic.
Is the Tomb Guardian attacking me, or like...
No, it's literally... so as the room begins spinning, you lose your footing and get kind of bounced around in the room, and that's where the bludgeoning damage is coming from.
Okay, but like... all that's happening, as far as I can tell, is the room is spinning, right?
Correct.
Well, I'm going to stand on the wall that is now spinning.
Oh, that's true. That's a good one. Okay. Do you want to do anything else with your turn?
I suppose I'll hold my attack until something that seems like it's going to attack me shows up.
Okay. At this point, also for, I think, Yaza and Sebastian, you would probably notice this. Kellic, you'll become aware of it. The window in this room has... Or, well, actually, Sebastian and Yaza, you can see through the window. Kellic, to you, the window has gone opaque. You can no longer see up into the area where the rest of them are through that gap in the ceiling. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, and then as the room is turning, let's see, initiative count, your initiative count 21, on initiative count... Oh, the Tomb Guardian gets to go. The Tomb Guardian doesn't do anything right now. It's just kind of staring through the window watching. On initiative count 10, I'm going to roll a d20 to see what effect the room has. It's a 7. So little hatches open in this room and exhale jets of sparkling dust that kind of go all around you, Kellic. Can you make a wisdom saving throw?
I actually just thought of it. Is the spinning room a trap?
Sure.
I take half damage then.
Oh yeah, okay. So I'll add 6 hit points to you. I still need you to make a wisdom saving throw. And is that at advantage because of your feat? Well, that'll pass anyway. So it has no effect on you. So the dust hits you but has no effect because that 17 without advantage even is enough to pass the save. That makes it Yaza's turn.
The Tomb Guardian hasn't done anything. Has he tried to reach for, like, flipping the thing down again, the switch down?
Well, he's holding it down right now.
Oh, he's just holding it down.
Yeah, so the Tomb Guardian activated the cylinder that Kellic is now in, and it is rotating.
Oh, okay, because holding it down is what does that.
But
okay.
Beyond that, it is just staring through the window. Did somebody just roll something?
It's far too late for that to count, but I read through my feat, and I do have advantage on saving throws made to avoid or resist traps.
Yeah, the 17 was enough.
Well, yeah, but for the first one, like, I just wanted to see what I would have got for being thrown into the wall.
Oh, what was your second roll? Sorry.
27.
Oh. Let's see here. So then you'd have... I'm just adding a few more hit points. I think that did it. It's half of half, so whatever. You took 2 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try to, get between, like, him and the switch, basically. I'm gonna just, I'll just attack him.
Okay.
Because it's some bullshit.
A 14, you hit him but kind of bounce off of the Tomb Guardian's armor.
Okay, yeah, because we're not quite flanking in this situation, right?
Not quite. You'd pretty much have to be on opposite sides.
I know, that's why I just double checking.
That one will hit. That'll do 8 damage.
That's all I have. I'm not moving. Standing my ground.
Okay. Sebastian, it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to move to the other side of the Tomb Guardian and attack. Do that button.
23 will hit. For 12.
Second attack.
22 will also hit. So yeah, you hack away at this guy.
Bonus action attack.
A 15 will not... Oh, an 18. An 18 will hit. For 7. Oh. There's dice in my way. So you've whacked away at him a bit. And that makes it Kellick's turn. At the start of your turn, Kellick, you need to make another... I guess the dexterity saving throw at advantage. Because the room be spinning. And that'll do ya. The 27 will certainly help, so you'll take half of 11. So that would be 5. I'm just going to do another 2 damage on you. As you kind of bounce around the room. Like, your footing's good, but it's... I don't know. That's how it works. Because the room just keeps spinning. But then it is your turn to act.
Alright, well, while I'm spinning around, I'd like to take a shot at the glass window and see if I can break that window as I go spinning around.
The window is a stat. Let me... Shoot, do I have stats for that? Sorry, I have to find stats real quick. A 25 will hit. For 10 damage, so you do 10 damage on... You shoot where you knew that window was, because it looks like a stone wall to you. You do some damage to it, definitely. It isn't broken at this point. Yeah, so I'm going to say between all those attacks, because the 26 and the 20 will hit, and the total damage will be enough to overcome it. You do, putting those 3 arrows into it, kind of destroy that kind of thin stone window wall. And now there is a clear line of sight to the Tomb Guardian. And then the Tomb Guardian gets to go. It is going to, since it has been attacked, I think Sebastian, you hit him last, so he's going to try and attack you with 2 slam attacks. Wow. That's some high quality.
That's the most embarrassing attack rolls I think I've ever seen.
I think because it's holding the lever down, it just is kind of flailing and is maybe not prepared for this situation. We've hit initiative 10, so I'm going to roll the trap room effect again. And a 10, yep, that's another bunch of jets of sparkling dust fill the room, Kellick. That is going to be a... And you passed. So there you go. So again, the jets spew out, but they have no effect on you. And that will make it Yaz's turn.
We're gonna wreck this. Let's go.
Uh, 15, again, kind of bounces off of the hideous
you have
armor.
advantage.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, we'll deal with crit. Because I'm assuming you don't want to reroll a crit.
No.
So that's 20 damage. A 22 will hit. For 7. You guys are hacking into this Tomb Guardian pretty well. Chunks of it are starting to... Between the sword and the spear, there are just like chunks of armor and flesh hanging off of this construct.
Nice.
Anything else, Yaza?
That's it.
Sebastian. 26 will hit. As will a 25. Let's see, 26 and 7. Now you know how it feels. So this Tomb Guardian is not looking good. You guys are just hacking away. Like, chunks of it are hanging off, and you can see how the various corpses and armor were all stitched together. It's quite disgusting.
Can I try and shoot that through the wall? Can I see it? Like, now that I broke the window, can I see into the room?
Yeah, you can see in.
Okay, so as I go spinning around, I want to try and shoot the Tomb Guardian twice.
Okay. And in your anger, Kellic, you managed to put enough arrow into this Tomb Guardian to drop it. It is done. And the Tomb Guardian is dead.
That's another kill mark. Thank you. Thank you.
Turn the lever back up so the room stops spinning.
Okay. You have, as you throw the lever, there's a clunking sound, and the room does, in fact, stop spinning. And let's see what.
I'm gonna look up through that window and very distinctly bird blink at both of them.
So you are now all standing there with the corpse of a Tomb Guardian in front of you.
All right. Well, that didn't reveal any crystal eyeballs.
You know, there's this whole other hallway in the bottom left of the map that we never went into, right? You guys remember that?
You talking about this one over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did go in there. There's a door that's locked that has 10 sockets for something roughly the size and shape of eyeballs in it.
Turns out you guys did that while I wasn't here then.
Oh, let's see here. What would have been happening with the NPCs? I think Keshma has just been milling about the water room because it's the biggest contiguous open space, so she doesn't feel cramped. I think Orvex will be milling around the main stairwell, and Iku is with Orbex, I think. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting a feel for where all my NPCs have been that have been kind of poking around because you've been going through.
I'm going to actually go up this passage here from this side.
I think Kellic went through it, or went partially through it, but yeah, you want to go take a look at that?
He went to this side.
Yeah.
That I remember. I don't know that anybody went to this side because this was an obstruction, right?
Yeah, you want to go check it out?
Yeah, I want to check out over here.
I'll head over with Sebastian.
So, So from the... Yeah, I think it looks the same from both sides. This is... There's a face of a snarling minotaur etched into a sheet of iron that bisects the crawlway. The eyes have been cut out, letting you see through the sheet, beyond which the tunnel continues onward. So this is basically an iron sheet with a minotaur face carved into it, kind of blocking that passageway.
And there's nothing else in the passageway.
No, it's just a smooth stone hallway. Or crawlway, sorry.
Uh-huh.
Hey, could we go through that door after we killed that tomb guardian? Like the other side of that door where that stairway is?
That's how you guys came down into this place.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, you came down that spiral staircase.
Okay, just making sure.
So it continues up and continues down.
Yeah, but I feel like the other eyeball is somewhere around here.
You know what we didn't do? We never checked what's on the floor of that big room with the whole platforms. I should go look down there.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
So I'll go over there and drop down to the, like, where I can see the floor and see if there is anything that looks valuable.
So just kind of take a reconnaissance fly through down at the bottom of that pit. So as you do that, it appears that the whole bottom of that chamber is just smooth stone. Doesn't appear to be anything in the bottom of that room. You did find 2 eyeballs in the statue of that room.
I'm aware of that, but, you know, you never know. What was in the opposite hall from the Dragonborn? Was there anything?
Nothing. It was empty.
Maybe we could go kill the shadow thing that you, like, got the eyeball out of the chamber, or out of the little, like, what's it called, brewing pot.
Sure. I come up here and open the door again.
Okay. So you see the shadowy version of yourself facing that open door to the closet in front of it.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to it to attack it. So y'all are going to have to do something.
I mean, I could just, like, shoot it across the room.
Yeah, I'll attack it too. I'll make sure.
So you're going to shoot it, Kellic?
Yeah, I'm gonna smoke the fuck out of that motherfucker.
Are you gonna shoot it?
Oh yeah.
You hit it. And as your arrow lands into the back of Ghost Sebastian, it dissolves into nothingness. And dissipates. Nothing drops out of it. It's just the shadow dissolves into deeper shadow, I guess. I don't know. The shadows dissolve into shadows.
I was made of the dark.
Are you really that determined in finding our guest on this floor?
Yes.
Then I recommend you return to the Room of the Waters, if you're that determined.
And then passive 23 perception for secret doors.
You do not. Well, wait a minute. Let's see here. Sorry, let me read some stuff. So you notice. I'm playing a little loose with the rules here, but you notice that one of the murals seems to have a slightly shimmering effect to it. Kind of over on the corner over here, one of the murals with the hawks seems to have kind of a shimmering effect to it.
I'll just walk up to it and like do a perception roll to see if I can find anything odd.
Oh god, I just did it wrong. So as you guys explore that very faintly shimmering thing, you notice that there's, as you reach through the wall, there's nothing there. It's the wall there is an illusion.
Neat.
Cool.
And I'm assuming you inspect past the illusion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Behind that alcove, or in that alcove, you find a bright green crystal eyeball on a pedestal.
Cool. I pick it up.
And I think that is probably a good place to pause for the night.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it sounds perfect.
So thank you all. And we'll probably pick up next week.